The soft evening light slipped out the tall window of the Jian mansion as Taehyung sat quietly, hand resting on his lap. The house felt too big, too quiet, almost like every sound echoed. It didn't feel like his home, not yet. He looked around the living room once more, observing every detail, the expensive paintings, the crystal decoration, the fresh white arranged neatly in the walls. Everything screamed wealth. It made him feel out of place, but he remained himself while he was here, zooming. Her smile face flashing in his mind. She was only 18, trying her best to study medicine. The fees were too high. Their father was long gone. Their mother worked until her hands ached. So when Mr. Jian approached with the contract, Taehyung's hands swallowed his pride. 1 year. Just 1 year. 1 year of pretending to be to Jungkook, the courtier who barely even look at him. When they meet, Taehyung whispered to himself, "It's just a deal. You can do this, Tete." Before he could gather more courage, a deep voice came from behind him. "Jungkook, you are talking to yourself again, Taehyung?" Taehyung turned quickly. Jungkook stood near the doorway, hands in his pocket, sharp eyes watching him. He was dressed in a simple black shirt, sleeve rolled to his forearm. Even at home, he looked like someone who ran the world. Taehyung tried to smile. Taehyung, "Oh, I was just thinking, Jungkook, about running away." Taehyung blinked in surprise. "Why would I run away, Jungkook? Most people do when they step into this house." There was a small, teasing tone. His cold voice. Taehyung relaxed a little. "I'm not scared of big house, Jungkook." Jungkook, good, because you'll be staying here for a year. He was closer, stopping just a step away from Taehyung. Their height difference was not huge, but Jungkook's aura made him feel taller. "Jungkook, Mrs. Jian wants us to join dinner tonight with my cousin Hoseok and your friend Kai, right?" Taehyung nodded. He insisted on coming. He want to check if I'm safe. Jungkook raising an eyebrow. He's protective. Taehyung didn't answer. Jungkook eyes softened slightly. "Jungkook, are you okay? You look tired." The concern in his voice shocked Taehyung. Jungkook rarely showed emotions when they signed the contract. He barely spoke 3 full sentences. Taehyung gave a smile. "I'm fine." Jungkook wasn't cold today, just quiet and careful. It confused him. He didn't know which version of Jungkook would meet next. The strict CEO or this gentleman standing in front of him. Suddenly Jungkook stepped a little closer. "Jungkook, Tete?" Taehyung's heart jumped. "Huh? Jungkook, that's your nickname, right? Your sister called you that on the phone last night." Taehyung ear turned warm. "Oh, yes, she called me that." Jungkook lip curved slightly, almost like a hidden smile. "Jungkook, I like it." The room felt warmer. Taehyung swallowed, unsure. Why his chest hardened a little. Before he could reply, Hoseok burst into the room. "Hoseok, oh, Jungkook, you are finally letting your husband breathe." Taehyung nearly and Jungkook glared. "Jungkook, Hoseok-hyun, stop calling him. That is very sensitive. Hoseok, what? He is your husband, a very cute too. Taehyung had his face with his hand. Hoseok laughed loudly and sat beside him. Hoseok, how's married life so far, Taehyung? Taehyung smiled slyly. Hyung, we are still learning. Hoseok, don't worry. Jungkook looks scary, but he is soft inside. Jungkook under his breath. I'm standing right here. Hoseok, yes, and we are ignoring your cold face. Taehyung giggled softly. It felt good, like the mansion became a little lighter with Hoseok around. Later that evening, Taehyung stood in front of the tall mirror in the bedroom Jungkook assigned him. He wore a simple wash sweater and black trouser. He didn't want to look too fancy. He didn't belong to this world, but he didn't want to embarrass Jungkook either. A soft knock came. Jungkook, Tete, can I come in? Taehyung opened the door. Do I look okay? Jungkook stared longer than he should have. Jungkook, yes, you look good. Then he added quickly, comfortable. Taehyung smiled, comfortable? Jungkook nodded and opened his hand to watch him. Taehyung blinking, what? Jungkook, let's go. My mother doesn't like waiting. Taehyung placed his hand slowly in Jungkook's finger, wrapped around his gently, warm and filled. The touch made Taehyung's heartbeat flutter in confusion. At the dining room, Mrs. Jeon sat at the head of the table, dressed elegantly, wearing a sharp expression. Mrs. Jeon, you are late? Jungkook replied calmly. We are 2 minutes late, a minute early, mother. Mrs. Jeon's eyes moved to Taehyung. Her gaze felt like ice. Mrs. Jeon, I hope you understand how important today is, Taehyung. Taehyung paused slightly. Yes, ma'am, Mrs. Jeon, and I hope you remember the contract. 1 year only. No unnecessary closeness. Taehyung felt his cheeks frozen. He nodded respectfully. Hoseok jaw tightened. Before anyone said more, Kai, Tae, I'm here. Are you alright? He grabbed Taehyung's hand quickly. Taehyung pulled it back embarrassed. Taehyung, Kai, we are in front of Jungkook family. Don't behave like this. Kai glared at Jungkook. Why? I'm your friend. I care. Jungkook's eyes darkened slightly. Jungkook, you can care without touching him. Kai smirked. Why? Are you jealous? Taehyung frozen. Hoseok made an oh no face. Mrs. Jeon frowned deeply. Jungkook leaned slightly forward, voice quiet and cold. Jungkook, I'm his husband, of course. I am allowed to feel something. Taehyung eyes widened. Jungkook realized what he said. He looked away. Kai's cough. This whole time is fake, a contract. Mrs. John Stephen Taehyung felt rising to his face, but he stayed calm. Taehyung, Kai, stop. Let's just eat. Kai opened his mouth to argue again, but Taehyung shook his head softly. Please. Kai signed and sat beside him. Dinner started, but the tension was heavy every time. Jungkook looked at Taehyung. Kai glared. Hoseok tried to make joke to erase the mood. Hoseok, so Taehyung, how's life with the cold prince? Taehyung smiled slyly. He's not cold, just quieter. Jungkook glanced at him, a small surprise in his eyes. Jungkook, thank you. Kai remember, you don't have to defend him. Taehyung whispered back. Mrs. Jeon, Taehyung, what exactly did you do before this marriage? Taehyung answered politely. I work at a cafe. Mrs. Gianebro rose. A cafe? I see. I noticed the tone and his voice darkened. Taehyung stayed calm. Taehyung, yes, it helped me to take care of Somin. Mrs. Jian was sharp. And yet, you agreed to marry my son for money? Jungkook instantly responded. His voice wasn't loud, but it carried weight. Jungkook, mother. Mrs. Jian didn't look at him. Taehyung kept his calm smile. I agree because of my sister's education. I'm not ashamed. Family comes first. Hoseok nodded approvingly. Jungkook eyes softened with respect. Kai, however, clenched his jaw. They shouldn't have needed to do this. You could have asked me for help. Kai, it's not done now. Kai voice rose slightly. I'm your friend. I would have. Stopped. His voice was gentle but firm. Everyone looked at him. This conversation is making things uncomfortable, please. Kai looked hurt. Jungkook looked impressed, but Mrs. Jeon looked more irritated than before. After dinner, Taehyung stepped into the balcony to get some fresh air. He leaned on the railing, breathed slowly. He didn't want to cry, not here, not in this house where he had to stay strong. He whispered to himself, it's okay, you are doing the right things. Then he heard footsteps. Jungkook came out, hand in pocket. Jungkook, are you alright? Taehyung nodded. I just needed air. Jungkook stood beside him, quiet for a moment. Jungkook, Tete? Taehyung looked up. Jungkook, I'm sorry about my mother. She's take time to accept people. Taehyung smiled gently. It's fine. I don't expect her to like me. Jungkook, but I don't want her to hurt you. Those words made Taehyung's heart skip. Taehyung, I'm a stranger. Then I look. Jungkook, I know. Their eyes met for a second longer than normal. Jungkook looked away first, cleared his throat. Jungkook, Hoseok like you. Taehyung laughed softly. He is kind, Jungkook. Your friend Kai? He clearly doesn't like me. Taehyung hesitated. Kai is emotional, but he is a good friend. Taehyung is jealous. Taehyung turned quickly. What? Jungkook looked directly into his eyes. Jungkook, he looked at you like he wants something more. Taehyung breathed catch. Kai wouldn't. Jungkook, he would. And he did. Taehyung, I don't know what to say. Jungkook looked away again, jaw-tied. Jungkook, I don't like the way he looked at you. Taehyung whispered, Jungkook, why does this bother you so much? Then Jungkook said quietly, because you are my husband. Taehyung's heart beat stumbled. Before he could speak, the balcony door opened loudly. Kai stood there with clenched fists. Kai, Tae, can I talk to you alone, please? Jungkook didn't move away. He stood there beside Taehyung. Jungkook, if you have something to say, you can say it here. Kai glared. No, it's private. Taehyung sighed softly. Kai, let's talk tomorrow. Tonight is not the right time. Kai looked hurt. So, you choose him? Taehyung whispered. No, I am choosing peace. Kai hands tightened, but he forced a nod and left. Silence fell again. Taehyung lowered his head. I feel like everything is getting messy. Jungkook turned to him, voice lower and softer. Jungkook, I handled it. Taehyung looked up. Jungkook stepped closer, not touching, but so near that Taehyung could feel his warmth. Jungkook, you don't need to deal with this alone anymore. Taehyung blinked. Why are you being so kind today? Jungkook gave a small smile. Maybe I'm trying to be a good husband. Taehyung laughed lightly. You, good husband? Jungkook, I can try. For the first time, Taehyung saw Jungkook smile clearly. Not a small one, not a real one, and it warmed something inside him. Suddenly, Taehyung felt his ankle twist when he stepped back. Taehyung, ah! Before he fell, Jungkook grabbed him quickly, an arm around his waist, steady and warm. Jungkook, careful! Taehyung found himself pressed against Jungkook's chest. His hand rested on Jungkook's shoulders. For a moment, they didn't move, just breathing softly in the night air. Taehyung, you catch me. Jungkook, I always will. Taehyung's face warmed deeply. Jungkook didn't let go. Taehyung, sorry, Jungkook, Tete, are you hurt? Taehyung, no, just surprised. Jungkook slowly lifted him. Actually lifted him. Taehyung, Jungkook, put me down. Jungkook, you might have twisted your ankle. Taehyung, I didn't. Jungkook, let me care for you. Just this one. Taehyung didn't argue anymore. He let Jungkook carry him inside gently, and somewhere between heartbeat warm, Jungkook carried Taehyung down to the hallway of the giant mansion, holding him carefully as if he were something. Taehyung kept his hand lightly pressed against Jungkook's shoulder, still by how close they were. The house was quiet now. The tension from dinner lingered in the air, but Jungkook's steps were steady, confident, strongly gentle. Taehyung whispered softly, Jungkook, you can put me down. I think I can walk now. Jungkook didn't slow down. Jungkook, I know you can, but I don't want to risk you getting hurt again. Taehyung looked at him with a soft smile. You are worrying too much. Jungkook, maybe, but you don't complain, so I'll take advantage of that. Taehyung laughed lightly, a sound that made Jungkook leap quiet for a moment. When they reached Taehyung's room, Jungkook lowered him gently into the edge of the bed. He came in front of Taehyung and checked his ankle. Jungkook, does this hurt? Taehyung, a little, but it's not bad. Jungkook touched the side of Taehyung's foot again, more carefully this time. Jungkook, you should rest tonight. Don't move much. Taehyung nodded, thought he wasn't used to being cared for like this. It felt different, warm, almost dangerous. Taehyung, Jungkook, he looked up. Taehyung, thank you for today, for everything. Jungkook stood slowly, his voice quieter than before. Jungkook, you don't have to thank me for treating you the way you deserve. Taehyung breathed for a moment, the room suddenly feeling smaller. Before either of them could say more, the sound of hurried footsteps echoed throughout the hallway. Both turned towards the door, just as Hoseok brushed into Hoseok. Oh, am I interpreting something? Taehyung nearly fell back on the bed. Hoseok Hyung, Jungkook sighed. you, you could be no. Hoseok, I did twice. Maybe you were too busy having a moment. Taehyung hid his face in his hand. Hoseok closer, still smiling. Hoseok, I just came to check if Taehyung is alright. Kai looked furious when he left. Jungkook's eyes sharp slightly. I noticed. Hoseok, Jungkook, you should keep an eye on him. I don't trust jealous people. Taehyung let out a soft sigh. Kai is hurting. I'll talk to him tomorrow. Hoseok nodded thoughtfully. Just be careful. Taehyung people act strange when they hide their feelings. Taehyung looked down, not answering. Jungkook watched him slightly, something unreadable in his eyes. Hoseok, okay, I'll leave now. Let the husband rest. Jungkook shook his head slowly, but Taehyung smiled at Hoseok's playful tone. After Hoseok left, the room felt quiet again. Jungkook looked at Taehyung's ankle one more time. Jungkook, you should sleep. I'll check on you tomorrow morning. Taehyung nodded, and Jungkook turned to leave. But before he reached the door, Taehyung's voice stopped him. Taehyung, Jungkook. He paused. Taehyung, you were really protective today. Jungkook didn't turn around. Jungkook, because you matter to me. The words were soft, almost hesitant, as if he wasn't used to saying them aloud. Taehyung felt his heart tremble. Taehyung, good night, Cookie. Jungkook, good night, Tate. And with that, he left the room. The next morning, sunlight the curtain when Taehyung woke up. His ankle felt much better. He sat up and rubbed his eyes gently. A soft knock came at the door. Taehyung called, came in. Jungkook stepped inside, holding a small tray. Breakfast, Taehyung blinked. You made that? Jungkook ordered it from the kitchen. I'm not good at cooking. Taehyung smiling still. You brought it? Jungkook placed the tray on the bed. Jungkook eat first. After that, you need to go somewhere. Taehyung tattled his head. Where? Jungkook. My mother asked for a family dinner tonight. A bigger one. Taehyung smile fade again. Jungkook, yes, and Kai will be there too. Taehyung lowered his gaze. He is still upset. Jungkook was softened. Are you worried about him? Taehyung shook his head. I just don't want anyone to get hurt. Jungkook sat on the edge of the bed. His tone calm but firm. Jungkook, I protect you. No matter what happened today. Taehyung looked up, meeting his gaze. Before he could stop himself, Taehyung whispered, thank you, Jungkook. Jungkook gave a small smile. Rare but genuine. Jungkook, eat now. Later, Taehyung stood in front of the mirror again, adjusting the color of his light blue shirt. He wanted to look neat, respectable, not for Mrs. Jeon. For Jungkook, he didn't say it loud, but the thought stayed in his chest like a quiet truth. Jungkook entered the room wearing a dark suit, elegant, sharp, and rebel husband. Taehyung stared by accident, and Jungkook noticed. Jungkook, do I look strange? Taehyung shook his head quickly. No, you look good. Jungkook looked good. You look good too. We're good. Taehyung cheeked warm. Jungkook, come, let's go together. Taehyung placed his hand in Jungkook without hesitation this time. Their fingers fit easily, naturally at Jian family dinner hall. The hall was larger today, decorated for a formal gathering. Relatives and family's friends filled the room. Soft music playing background. Taehyung felt eyes on him immediately. Whispered aloud, "Is that Jungkook's husband?" He looked too simple. Why would Jungkook choose someone like him? Taehyung heart tightened, but he stayed calm, shoulders straight. Jungkook leaned closer to him. Jungkook ignored them. Taehyung nodded slightly. Suddenly, Hoseok appeared with a bright smile. Taehyung, you look amazing today. Taehyung smiled. Thank you, Hyung. Hoseok, stick with us. Don't let the gossiping bother you. Jungkook added quickly. I won't let anyone touch him. Before Taehyung could respond, he saw Kai arrive. Kai's expression darkened the moment he saw Taehyung standing beside Jungkook, holding his hand. Kai walked towards them with a tense jaw. Kai, can we talk? Taehyung let go of Jungkook's hand slowly. Taehyung, Kai, this is not the right place. I'll talk to you later. Kai, then when? I waited the whole night. Taehyung sighed gently. What do you want to say, Kai? Look at Jungkook without jealousy. Kai, I don't want you here. You don't belong in this world, Tae. You came home. Jungkook stepped forward. Jungkook, he is home. Kai, clear. Stay out of this. Taehyung shook his head firmly. Kai, stop. I'm not leaving. Kai was shook slightly. Why? Because of him? Taehyung didn't answer immediately. His silence was the answer. Kai's eyes filled with a mix of pain and anger. Kai, Tae, I love you. The air froze. Taehyung breathed fast. Jungkook's eyes widened slightly. Hoseok took a step back in surprise. Kai continued desperately. I love you for years, and I watched you struggle. I wanted to help you. I wanted you to choose me. Taehyung whispered, Kai. Kai was cracked. And now you are married to him for money? Taehyung eyes softened with sadness. Kai, I'm sorry, but Kai's jaw tightened. I was scared. I didn't want to lose you, but now I lost you anyway. Tears formed at the corner of his eyes, but he wiped them quickly. Mrs. Jian approached at that moment. This is happening here? What is happening here? Kai looked at her with frustration. Ask him. He only married Jungkook because he need money. The entire room turned slightly. Everyone looked at Taehyung. Taehyung took a deep breath. Taehyung took a slow breath and spoke calmly with dignity. Taehyung, yes, I took the money for my sister's education, not for myself. Mabas across the room, Mrs. Jian stared with cold judgment. Kai motions over a step closer, too close, and then Kai threw a glass of water at Taehyung. The hall gasped. The cold water dropped on Taehyung's face and shirt. His hands shook slightly, but he didn't cry. He didn't yell. He didn't break. He simply stood there, calm, steady, strong. Kai was sharp. This is what you get of choosing money over love. Before Taehyung could say anything, Jungkook grabbed Kai's waist. His voice was not loud. He didn't need to be. Jungkook, enough. Kai glared, or what? Jungkook stepped protectively in front of Taehyung. His eyes burned with anger he rarely saw. And then he shouted louder than anyone had ever heard him. Jungkook, he is my husband, not your lover. The room went silent. Mrs. Jian frozen. Hoshio covered his mouth in shock. Taehyung's heart stopped for a moment. Jungkook continued, voice trembling with emotion. Jungkook, he didn't marry me for money. I am the one who insisted on the contract. I am the one who asked him to stay. He didn't take advantage of anything. I wanted him here. He turned cut Taehyung's wet cheek gently. Jungkook, Tete, you don't deserve this. Taehyung's eyes filled with tears, not from pain, but from the warmth of Jungkook's voice. He whispered, Jungkook, Mrs. Jian, step forward, Jungkook. Jungkook stopped her with a single look. Jungkook, mother, applauding to him. The hall gasped. Mrs. Jian sniffed. Jungkook, Jungkook, I said applause. Taehyung shook his head quickly. No, it's okay. She doesn't. Jungkook turned to Taehyung, voice softer. Yes, she does. You deserve respect. Taehyung's heart warmed painfully. Mrs. Jian hesitated, then finally sighed. Mrs. Jian, I was wrong to judge you without knowing everything. It wasn't a warm apology, but it was something. Kai, however, stepped back, breathing hard. Kai, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have. Taehyung walked towards him slowly. He didn't yell, he didn't insult him. He said slowly, Taehyung, Kai, I hope you find someone who gives you the love you deserve, but I can't be that person. Kai closed his eyes, tears falling slightly. I know. He left the hall quietly. Hoshio followed to make sure he was okay. Now the room felt silent again. Taehyung turned towards Jungkook slowly. Jungkook took a careful step closer. Tete, come with me. He extended his hand. Taehyung placed his hand in Jungkook without hesitation. Jungkook guided him to the hall, into the quiet garden behind the mansion. The night sky was calm, star above. The silence felt gentle, comforting. Jungkook stepped under the soft light and turned towards Taehyung. He reached up and wiped the water from Taehyung's cheek with his thumb. Jungkook, does it hurt? Taehyung shook his head. No, I'm fine. Jungkook looked into his eyes deeply. I'm sorry. You had to go through that. Taehyung whispered. You stood up for me. Jungkook's voice softened. I always stand up for you. Taehyung felt something warm bloom in his chest, something he couldn't ignore anymore. Taehyung, Jungkook, why did you shout like that? Why did you defend me so much? Jungkook took a slow breath. Then he stepped closer, just one step, but enough to make Taehyung's heartbeat flutter wildly. Jungkook, because I'm not acting anymore. Taehyung, please. Um, what, what do you mean? Jungkook lifted Taehyung's hand gently and placed it over his own heart. Jungkook, this doesn't beat for a contract, it beat for you. Taehyung's eyes widened in quick shock. Jungkook continued, voice trembling with sincerity. Jungkook, somewhere between pretending and protecting, I fall in love with you, Tete. Taehyung breathed first, his lips parted softly, unable to form words. Jungkook shut his eyes. Jungkook, tell me to stop, and I will. Taehyung shook his head slowly. No, don't stop. Jungkook exhaled, sickly, relief washing his eyes. Taehyung, because I fall for you too. Jungkook frozen. Taehyung smiled. Soft, emotional, honest. Taehyung, your kindness, your quiet care, the way you held me, the way you defend me. I couldn't stop my heart. Jungkook rested a thumb hand to Taehyung's cheeks. Jungkook, Tete. Taehyung leaned gently into his touch. Silence wrapped around him, warm, tender, and glowing. And then Jungkook whispered softly, Jungkook, you? Taehyung nodded without hesitation. Jungkook leaned in slowly, giving Taehyung time to breathe. No fear, no pressure. Their forehead touched first, then their nose brushed lightly, and then there in a soft warmth. It was gentle, the kind of that tastes like trust and hope and new beginning. Taehyung had curled around Jungkook's shirt. Jungkook's hand rested on Taehyung's waist, steady and protective. When they pulled away softly, Taehyung looked up with shining eyes. Taehyung, so what happened now? Jungkook smiled, a real bright smile. Jungkook, now we started again. A husband, no contract. Taehyung laughed softly. And your mother? Jungkook, she will learn because I choose you. Taehyung heart swallowed. He wrapped his arms around Jungkook, resting his hand against his chest. Jungkook held him closer, whispering gently, Jungkook, I love you, Tete. Taehyung smiled with teary eyes. Taehyung, I love you too, Jungkook. Another soft night sky surrounded by quiet stars. They stay in each other's arms, not pretending anymore, not bound by contract, but bound by love.